Maybe not later. Check this out. All right, I want you to look at this. This is my latest acquisition. That is a blackberry right there. And I don't know how it's going to make it, but we're going to see. This one here is my raspberry. Right there next to a lot of weeds. Okay, we're back out here in my yard. And I'm going to show you what has changed. It's been raining for about several days. Well, maybe 5 days. And this is if you look at my first video, this is the plant that I said the Arnita bush is coming along pretty good. You can see all this new growth. See all the new growth? All that new growth in less than a few. Look at that. That's going to be blackberries all, but I have to tie it up and everything. And that's the rose bush we looked at during the early part of spring. It's wide open like it should be. This is the Granny Smith. Excuse me, this is the Honey Crisp. And you can see, if you look at my first video on it, you can see that it is taking on quite a bit of growth. But all the roots have not quite come out like they should. I'm quite sure of that. Because I've taken, I'm going to show you 2 plants I took out of the ground. Over here we're heading towards my doorway here. This is the, what they call it, peach, Georgia peach. All the roots haven't come out on it. And then we got this one here, over here. This is the other peach tree. Don't ask me the name of it right now. I don't have it on me. I got it written down somewhere. And this is going to cross-pollinate with the Georgia peach. Now, see this one here? That's the blackberry off a cutting. The one you just saw just a couple seconds ago. All right, so here's what we did here. Now, you can see they're about right here to here. They're about 6 feet apart, so that's good. And this right here, this little stick, is going to be a plum. And if we go over here, another one, a plum here. So they're about right here from here to 6 feet apart. And what I did with these, I'm trying a new technique out. I took the roots and I clipped them just a little bit. There were very little root on there anyway from the garden store, which is one of the worst examples I've seen of fruits. I mean, they barely had any roots on them at all. Called the owner up and said, hey, look, the plant's dead. And I bought 4 of them. And he said, oh, I'm sorry to hear it. Well, anyway, long story short, I said, they are growing, but they're coming up from the root itself. They're not coming through the cane anymore for whatever reason. Oh, no, because the cane is dead, yeah. This is the other cutting. See, what I'm trying to get across here is you could buy 1 blackberry bush, say from Walmart or one of the stores, and you could buy 1 and you can have 8 plants from that one, 12 plants, 80 plants from that one. And so that's what that is. That's 1 plant. That's 1 blackberry bush from 1 tiny cutting. And here is the Granny Smith. Now, for whatever reason, this tree here is growing extremely slow if you compare it to the other tree I just showed you. All right, now this right here, interesting story here. I moved this tree. This is a pear. I moved it last night. And people tell you a lot of different things about planting trees. Let me show you something here real quick. See how the roots are barely in the soil right there? All right, that's what I do, because in the forest, that's how they look. They look that way. They say bury it all the way up to 2 inches away from, or some say 5 inches away from the graft, but I don't do that. I actually, like the forest, I let the roots somewhat be to the surface because that's how they get air. And they do the same thing in the forest. Okay. This here is the newer plum. And right there is a small bit of growth. Now, I'm showing you this because next time you see it, it's going to almost be the size of the stick that it's on. That's right. That's a piece of growth. All right. And over here, this one's not showing any kind of growth yet. It's just not. That's not showing any growth at all. That's just right there. Sunny day today. Now this one here is another pear tree. This is that's the Bing. And the Bing, it requires that I don't know why. I got to water it more often than the other ones. Might be the area I have it growing in, but I'm going to water it later on this evening. Never water anything in the direct sun. Now these are, I call them throwaway cherries. Excuse me. Strawberry. In other words, I had a couple of plants, maybe 2 plants, and I stuck them right here years ago, and now they are, I don't know how many there, 10, 11, 12, something like this. Now this here is another one that looks like it needs help. It's growing extremely slow. This is a cherry tree, and in this weeds, all these weeds here, trust me when I tell you, there are a lot of new strawberries I put in there. I gotta weed this. I'm gonna weed it later on this evening. This is all mostly strawberries. This here is my Bing. Look at that. My Bing cherry. That is growing beautifully. It's not having any issues. You should saw how small it was when I put it in the ground. There is a larger strawberry plant there. Now these are, keep in mind, 1 year I put in some. These are from last year. So all the little new ones that I put in there, they're going to start popping out everywhere. So I'm good to go with strawberries. I'm not even worried about any more strawberries. There's another biggest cherry tree I have here. And then my grapevines, they're doing okay too. Now in the garden up here, these are all lettuce. And this is lettuce, and I think this is, yeah, that's lettuce there. Of lettuce, and over here some kind of spinach. Well, spinach at the other end. All right, later.